Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Oscar Buzz. Hope you're all doing well. Trevor, as always, joined by Thomas. And today we're talking about the trailer for Women
Yeah,
Talking. One of the biggest Best Picture contenders of the year. One of, I would say, our most anticipated movies of the year. Just to
yeah,
watch. Very, very excited about it. I would say that we're both fans of Sarah Polley's work.
we are. I can call myself a fan now. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
only seen one of her films, but loved it. So there you
Yeah,
go. I'm a fan.
yeah. So.
A Pollyite, I guess. I
A
don't know what
poly
you what you call a Sarah Polley fan. Who knows?
a polyite. Um a polyhead. We got the trailer and we got to see the infamous color grade
We did.
that people have been talking about. And I've seen the trailer a couple times. I don't think it's that bad. I think you get used to it. And I think like thematically it makes perfect sense. Because I think they talked about Polly and the cinematographer, who I'm blanking on the name of, talked about how they initially were going to shoot in black and white, and then it didn't make that much sense. So then they wanted to keep the desaturated feel to keep like the darkness, but like, and we were talking about this a bit before recording, like, because obviously like this isn't a black and white issue, right? There's a lot of nuance, there's a lot of shades of gray. So I think stylistically, thematically, it all makes perfect sense, and it's kind of like a genius choice. It just isn't the prettiest to look at, but
It's quite ugly to look at. I
it's
think
pretty ugly to look at.
I think that's a little bit of an understatement. I'm hoping you get used to it. You might get used to it considering the film is 1 hour 40, but equally it might be the other end of the spectrum where you get even more tired of it and
I don't know.
you
Like I
haven't
said,
sit for
I've seen the trailer a couple times, and I'm already like, I'm already used to it, I
yeah.
guess. Like
So we'll see how
watching
it
the
works in
trailer
the
for
actual
the first
film. But
right.
in terms of just first impressions from the trailer, not a fan of the color grading personally. Having said that, everything else this film is teasing looks like stuff that will be definitely up my alley. It's teasing all of these important themes, which is nice. Interestingly, we didn't see much of either Claire Foy or Jessie Buckley in this trailer. We saw shots of them here and there, but
Yeah.
really it was Rooney Mara who was the main focus of the trailer, I'd say,
Well,
personally.
it's said that they're going to campaign Rooney Mara in lead,
But yeah,
and
okay,
then
that would make sense based on what's seen in the trailer. But obviously,
right
Claire Foy and Jessie Buckley and Ben
for the
Whishaw to an
strongest
extent as well.
performances, right?
Yeah,
So
they're,
people are
they're,
saying
they're definitely the ones who are gaining Oscar buzz. So I did think it was a little strange we didn't see them in the trailer, but with a cast this big, I guess,
right.
it's hard to show
It's a
everyone.
massive
You want
ensemble.
to
I
show
mean, we got
Frances
a bit
McDormand.
of Frances McDormand
Yeah,
who we've
exactly.
heard isn't in the movie that much. But yeah,
Yeah,
so from what I heard, like Rooney Mara is the lead, and they're gonna push her in lead, and
yeah,
then but like the strongest performances are Foy, Buckley, and Wishaw, and they're all supporting. So yeah, I mean the performances look good. I think
great.
as it's functioning as like a chamber film. I don't think it will feel too dull and one noted. It looks like they're cutting in and out.
Yes, yeah,
Like
definitely.
and I mean there are like, even though the color grade like it can look a bit odd at times, but like there's some really nice shots.
The shots themselves and the composition, all of that kind of stuff, the framing,
Yeah, like
that's
all
very
the
nice.
blocking is
Yeah.
really nice. Like its use of
It's just a
light is really
shame
nice.
it's sort of
But again, I
it's
think it makes
covered by a
sense.
weird grading.
I think
I know we talked about this before. It makes sense theming wise, and I guess our whole point is it's meant to be something that's sort of uncomfortable to look at, but
right, exactly.
equally,
Like
you
I'm
know,
kind of on board with it. Like it looks ugly,
yeah,
but I'm kind of on board. Like it's literally just like the opposite of Blonde. Like it looks
yes, yeah,
ugly, but there's a lot of motivation behind it. Whereas Blonde looked nice, but there was literally zero motivation behind it.
yeah. And
So
if you do the sort of mental stuff, you can sort of convince yourself, oh yeah,
the
it's got
mental
me.
stuff, such as thinking,
Therefore, yeah, sort of forgot that word. I didn't think of that word. Yeah, the mental stuff. Yes, thinking. If you think about it, it will work, and you can sort of convince yourself into liking it. So that's what I guess you have to do, and you have to just, I guess, to know going in, you do have to sort of be on board with it, or I think you will be
yeah.
quite annoyed the whole time.
But yeah, I mean it just looks stunning. Like I'm probably going to be like just emotionally gut punched by the end of this movie. We
Probably.
didn't see some of the humor that people were saying, but I assume
Yeah,
that
it's a very
it doesn't necessarily fit in with the
serious,
tone of the
grave
trailer,
trailer.
right?
Yeah.
I feel like we'll see some of the humor, as we get more into the film. But I mean, it seems like just almost every time somebody opens their mouth is going to be an Oscar clip, like
Mhm.
just with like some of the monologues that we heard. It looks pretty great. So let's briefly discuss awards. Let's do some of the mental stuff about the Oscars. Let's think about them. So I've had this at Best Picture since April.
You have.
I literally have no reason to change it.
No, I pushed up about a month ago at this point when it premiered at for whatever. Yeah, and like I definitely keep it there. I've always been skeptical of the fact Sarah Polley will win both directing and screenplay. I think the problem is screenplay is so locked basically for it. There's really nothing else unless she said gets like rave reviews. That's like the only thing at this point that could take over. So I don't think she'll win director. I think the nomination though is almost locked though. Like especially if they don't want 5 male directors, which makes perfect sense. It would I guess be a default pick, but I think she'd be completely deserving
also if you have a winning picture. Like in
yes, exactly.
It's
100%. This nomination, will almost certainly happen. I don't think it will win though. In terms of acting, we mentioned it before. I think Claire Foy gets in. I think Jessie Buckley gets in. I think that is a double nomination of this year. Usually you get one from
both competitive as well.
Yeah, very, very much so. And also Ben Whishaw, I think gets in as well because he's Ben Whishaw and he's apparently very good in the film. So I think that's the above the line stuff covered.
I don't see Mara getting into actress.
No,
just because of how full it is. I think I could see something like Judith Ivey happening, who I've heard is also very good for an actress.
It would be at the cost of one of them.
Right. I don't see this movie getting 3 noms.
No.
So it would be something. It would be like a Judi Dench last year, where like Balfour's getting all the support. Like I could see I don't know if Jessie Buckley's just getting all of the support, and then nominations come around and it's like Claire Foy and Judith Ivey. And I could see that happening, but I feel like Foy and Buckley are the pretty clear top 2 when it comes to awards consideration. So we brought up screenplay. Thoughts on cinematography?
I think it's quite a stacked lineup, and I also think that there will be a lot of backlash to the color grading. Therefore, I think that is unlikely. I think, there are a couple places where it could show up in text. A couple places where it is more on the border, and then you've got a category like cinematography. I sort of don't think that will happen.
But editing, I think, could very easily happen. I've heard
editing
it's a really well edited film. I mean, it's a tight hour 40. Like I've heard it's paced really well. All the chamber stuff is done really well, and then all of the usage of flashbacks and the cutaways are really nice. So definitely think editing. I have it in right now.
Editing in general is a category where if you're in the best picture conversation, you could show up. And especially if this film. Definitely, I think we'll need the editing to work.
Especially if we're giving it a director nom as well. Editing, it would come along with it.
It feels like an editing thing.
Thoughts on costumes and production design?
I've currently got it in costumes. Just because the period stuff in a sort of modern day setting, that's interesting.
It also gave me remember how Power of the Dog got a production design nomination just so randomly.
The thing is, production design is sort of going to be a harder category, I reckon, to get into. So I currently don't have it in production design. It's definitely one of those ones where it's on the bubble. It's on the bubble for costume design as well. That one I've just chosen to put it in. Production design, chosen to leave it out currently. I can see them both happening, or neither happening.
I agree. I haven't seen really that many people bringing those up, but I think they're very possible. And then lastly, I think we got to look at score.
I don't think this just happens.
I think it just happens, and I think it's been competitive.
100%. I do as well.
From what we heard in the trailer is phenomenal. It's just incredible work from Hildur. I mean, she's already won. She's in the club. I don't see any reason why she couldn't win again. If the score is
the only thing that had me slightly skeptical about the score was she's doing Tar as well, but this is clearly the definitive one. It's established itself as much. So Tar's not going to happen, unfortunately.
I honestly just think Tar would help her get in. Because what's also interesting, not to derail a little bit, but with Tar, so the actual score that she's doing in the film is very you don't really hear it that much. Most of the orchestral stuff and the music used throughout the film is the classical pieces that Lydia Tarr, Cate Blanchett's character, is conducting. But what's really interesting is that Hildur Gudnadottir, it's being released next month. She wrote a full album in character of Lydia Tarr of some of Lydia Tarr's original work. In character that she's releasing as it's being released as a special promotional album.
Seems excessive, but sure.
I mean, from what I heard, that's also just very in character for what the character of Lydia Tarr would do.
Yeah,
if
it's
they were to
very
be
it's
her.
very meta. It's very
It's
meta.
incredibly meta because like they mentioned in the movie, like I think I read they literally mentioned in the movie. So like Lydia Tarr is like an EGOT winner for her music, and she like beat Hildur Gudnadottir one year for like one of the awards. So like
Okay,
they're
okay.
like they're like I believe Hildur is like name dropped in the movie and like a
Right.
composer. So like it's very meta. But no, like releasing a full companion album in character, that is like the most theater kid thing that the composers branch is just going to eat up. Like,
Oh, 100%.
like
Yeah.
I think that's just gonna. I mean, I think there's also a very strong chance that that's like. I mean, is Grammy nominated for like a because that would be, it isn't Oscar eligible, the accompanying album, but it would
No.
be for like
Yeah.
music for like visual media and things like that.
Yeah.
So like there's a good chance that she could end up with a Grammy nomination and even win
Potentially.
for this Tar thing. I mean, and there'll be a lot of goodwill towards her because of that. So like I think that that's only going to help her campaign for Women Talking. Yeah, I mean, I could very easily see her win. Like the score sounded great.
It could, especially since like we haven't heard the Babylon score as of yet.
Well, we heard part of it in the trailer.
We heard part. I mean, we heard the trailer bit of the trailer, but like
Right.
we haven't heard the full deal. So, and we do currently have that winning. So, like maybe if that's not a winning thing, I could definitely
Like,
see this being.
I just don't see Williams. I think if they're going to do anything for him, it will be for Indiana Jones 5 next year. His actual last piece.
Potentially.
And like Empire of Light doesn't feel like it's going to be an Oscar-winning film.
Not winning at this point, no. It could still get. It's still probably gonna get the nom though.
Yeah, no. Yeah. I mean, and then you have other things like this plot for Pinocchio. You have things like, I mean, I brought up Danny Elfman for White Noise. I think Netflix is already campaigning him pretty hard. There's Giacchino for the Batman, but like I think that Women Talking is definitely in. Could be.
There's also the guy in the Avatar score. Not a big name, but
yeah,
still there.
There's also the Banshees of Inisherin.
Yes, forgot about that one.
Which they really, really like the composer of. His name is Carter Burwell. He, like once he got into the club, they now just kind of nominate him for everything. So I could see that showing up, but I don't know. So I guess to recap, how many noms do we think Women Talking can get? I think at least 3 acting noms. It will get. I think director, screenplay, picture.
Yeah.
Editing, I feel pretty confident about. Score, I feel pretty confident about.
Yeah.
And then we'll see about costumes and production design. So like I think 8, and then we could be looking up to like 10, even 11. I could see an odd like cinematography nod if they really want to go for it. So but overall, very excited for this. I'm gonna get to see this next week. So at
I'm gonna get to see this in February.
Yay! I feel so bad. Feel bad for all the Brits out there.
It is what it is.
Hey, you got Ticket to Paradise 3 weeks early. You can't complain. You're getting The Lost King a week early. Like, come on.
Great.
What do you have to complain about?
Yeah, very true. Very true.
But that is it. Thank you everybody so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. What are your thoughts on Women Talking? Are you excited for it? You think it has some awards potential? Let us know in the comments down below. You can subscribe if you would like, or you don't have to, but we are going to be doing plenty more reviews, trailer discussions, awards conversations, Critics' Choice Documentary Awards at the time of recording this are in 4 days. By the time this gets released, probably in 2 days. So nominations are almost upon us for like some of the bigger, fall awards season stuff. So very, very exciting. But you can subscribe for that stuff if you want, I guess. So thank you everybody for watching. Until next time, stay safe everybody, and goodbye.